His next film is all about family and cars, but it's not Fast and Furious. Welcome to
Ooh.
Flip Flicks. I'm Tim.
That was a good one.
But it is like about family. And I'm
is.
Adam.
I'm Sam.
And dude, one of the detectives was originally was asked to be in Fast and the Furious like one of the detectives in this film was asked to be in Fast and the Furious.
What's his name?
Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah.
I don't know which one was that.
He was the young detective that
Yeah.
made fun of the other detective's wife. But he before we get into this, I'm going to just say this. He was like, "Nah, I don't want to do it." And they were like, "Okay, we'll hire Vin Diesel instead." What?
Oh,
All right,
man.
what movie did we watch?
We watched Gone in 60 Seconds, another Nick Cage film. That's
Yeah.
just the theme of this season.
Indeed.
Yeah, Nick is back. Nicolas Cage is back with us. Nick, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
That's good to hear, man.
We're so happy to have you back.
I'm just shocked he's never been in a Fast and Furious.
Yeah, seriously.
Although
Well,
I
yeah.
feel like this movie and the previous ones kind of kicked off the idea for Fast and Furious. It feels like a prequel.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Nick, why haven't you been in one yet?
That is not any of your business.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Okay,
guess I just
fair.
didn't
My bad.
ask.
Well,
get
I
it.
mean,
That's fair.
Gone in 60 Seconds is also a remake of
Is it?
Gone in. Yeah, it was
It's
out in
a
the seven-
remake of a remake, I'm pretty sure.
Is this the
It's
third
one of
rendition?
those.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I knew it was at least the second.
Dirty rotten scoundrels sort of situation here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I
just
don't
looked
know.
it up. Yeah, Fast and Furious. The first one came out 2001. This was 2000.
Ooh, there you
Look at
go.
It
A requel.
came in so fast, so furious. Don't call it a prequel. Well, wait, this is not the same premise, okay?
What do you mean?
Fast and the Furious is about racing.
Is it?
Yes.
I've never seen a Fast and the Furious.
Right, but it's all family and fast cars. That's all there
Yeah.
is to it, right?
film. I mean, yeah.
I mean, now there's a lot of
That's what I
guns and
assumed.
They could be in the
explosions.
same. They could be in the same universe.
Oh, they
essentially.
totally could. If Memphis hung around Vin Diesel, I wouldn't be shocked.
Exactly.
There
That's
you
what I'm
go.
saying.
Maybe
Vin Diesel got his cars from somewhere, right?
True. There you go. That's how they connect.
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
Did you do the synopsis?
He's been
yet.
trying. We've just been
All
cutting him
right,
off.
Maybe we want to hear more about Nicolas Cage's Gothic house. No?
No.
No? Okay.
Anyway.
Sorry, Nick. I'm going to do the synopsis here, which is the first 10 minutes of the movie. A retired master car thief must come back to the industry and steal 50 cars with his crew in one night to save his brother's life.
There you go.
And that's how you have it.
So, yeah.
No details left
Kip.
out.
Kip is not good at stealing cars.
Nah.
Nope.
His tools are
Nope.
rocks.
Tools?
Yep.
Yeah, that was it. He threw a rock through a window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all we see him do, pretty much.
He's not very
Besides,
helpful.
almost get crushed.
Yeah.
Then,
No, he's
like-
not. Tries to cook breakfast.
Oh my god,
God.
the amount of salt in the breakfast. I
Oh,
was
he
like,
just
oh
dumped it.
god.
Well, I think, did the lid fall off?
I think so, but
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, he was a mess. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, the lid fell off. He poured beer in it, I'm pretty sure.
Mhm. Yeah.
Also,
What's in it? I don't know.
Who's to say?
Kip looks way more like Atlee than Memphis. Atlee was like the goon
Yeah,
for the bad guy, the
Okay.
carpenter.
right.
I can see that.
Yeah.
It's because
He
they
does.
slicked back. The slick back
They
hair.
both had slick back hair. Yeah.
There you go.
Mm. Well, you all know this is one of my favorite films. So,
Indeed.
Is it just like? Would you
I
say
mean,
it's
I
like
have a lot
favorite
to
films
say.
in general, or would you say it's a favorite of Nicolas Cage films, or favorite of
general.
car films?
yeah, I mean, just in general, it's
Oh,
up there. I mean, if I think about car films, those are ones I can kind of remember. But yeah, they're good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's up there.
Now, Sam, you've seen this
Mm-hmm.
because your dad was obsessed.
Mhm.
I've never watched this from start to finish.
Which is wild with how much it was on
Wow.
TV.
That is why I have never seen it start to finish,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I've seen it at random spurts. Hell, when we were in Vietnam, it came on and we watched a little, like
That's awesome.
5 minutes of it.
That's awesome.
Well, that's what spurred this whole
Yeah.
Dog Days of Cage. Is we watched like 4 or 5 Nicolas Cage films overseas, and we're like, the fuck.
Yeah, like you just getting ready, you're going out for dinner, Gone in 60 Seconds is on, and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to leave, but I gotta go. Yeah.
What is this next movie?
Gotta go hike a
look,
mountain,
Con-
BRB.
Con Air is on. I know those
Oh,
3.
There's a good one too.
The flow in that one.
Yes.
And
And
yet,
what's his face? Got the whole world in my hands. I can't remember
We
his
didn't
name right
finish
now.
the whole thing.
yeah.
Okay. Well, it's the he's in it the whole time. He's like I can't remember his name. He has the wonky eyes. Why can't I remember his name? He's Buscemi.
Oh, I would not expect him to be in that film. I was just like wonky eyes.
Sam really
Who could that
wasn't
be?
watching that one. I
Is he not
remember
like
that.
right off the bat in the film?
I believe he is. I
Who's
don't
to say?
remember.
Okay. I'm pretty sure he's like the whole time he's there, and he's like the one that everybody's like, nah, that guy's crazy.
Yeah.
Probably.
And he's just like chilling the whole time, and then you get to see later on. But
Yeah.
Well, later on, he gets put into a, as we commented earlier, he is thrown into a wood chipper.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of
Yeah.
shocked though that none of us picked Con Air.
I'm kind of shocked
thought
that
about
Tim
it.
didn't pick Con Air.
I thought about it.
Instead, we
Just
got
wasn't in the
Gone
mood.
in 60 Seconds.
Yeah.
Which, okay, so back to your original point, Adam. Yes, I have seen this movie, and I remember like despising Kip. Like he was
Yes.
horrible. And when I rewatched it this time, I was like, okay, yeah, he's still bad, but like I remember hating him as a kid.
Yeah.
Because I just like he was just annoying. But
He's barely in the movie.
I know.
He is. He
that's why I
feels like
was
he's in the
like-
most of it, but he's barely in it.
Yeah.
Sway, barely in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird to me. I thought Angelina Jolie was in it so much. Also, she
Yeah.
looks like a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like 25.
Yeah, it's wild.
And I'm like, oh.
well, but Nick
Yeah.
Cage is just like
He's just one of those men that
has been looking old for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't really aged at all, has he?
we got Raising Arizona on our list, so we'll see him quote unquote younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I feel like when I think of him as like Gone in 60 Seconds age. And then so
Yeah,
it's funny
pretty
to see
much.
him in like Renfield and some of the newer stuff because you're like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, you're actually starting to turn into an old man.
Yeah. Right?
So here's something that I did that I don't normally do.
Oh,
I always
snap.
watch the intro for this movie.
Yeah.
Are you
Like,
talking
I
about like
never-
the credits?
No, the intro. Well, I get because I usually hate those like
Yeah.
old school intros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the music gets me, so I have
I
to
can
listen
see
to
that.
it.
The,
Yeah.
the
Every
5
time,
minute
every time
intro?
I'm like getting ready to skip. Yeah. And I just listen to the song.
I was
Yeah.
wondering, I actually think that we said that because we were like, oh, Tim usually hates these long intros. Like, I'm curious
Yeah.
how he got to handle
I
this
have
one.
my first notice. This
And then
intro
at the
is
end of
10
this,
hours
the credits,
long.
I listen to the song.
Yeah.
What about Lowrider?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, heck yeah.
And he does his hand thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so good. It's so good. I love it. I love every time the new kids, Cage will go to do something, or one of the old guys will go to do something, and they're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, and they just look at him like, "Are you shitting me right now?"
Yeah.
Every time.
Hey, I'm new to this business. I've not really done this too much. Like looking at him like he should have been doing this for the last 30 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Well, and there's parts of this movie, so like the lowrider when he does his little hand gesture thing, and then there were a few other scenes that I had like perfectly pictured in my mind. So I'm like, I feel like I've seen this movie a decent chunk. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know, maybe my brain just got squishy with old age, but I was like thinking here, like, oh, I've only seen it a few times, but I'm like, no, I could recite some of the spots, so that means I like saw it
Yeah.
a decent chunk.
He's seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen the Eleanor scene.
Oh,
Oh
a
yeah,
Now,
which one? Like the very beginning when he talks to it, or
no.
that's the one I
The
was
actual
thinking.
car.
the chase scene?
Yeah, if you think about it, my dad's probably
Yeah.
the one turning it on
Okay,
Yeah, but it was-
off of
Most likely,
TV,
yeah.
and like if I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna stop in the car race scene. Exactly. Well, not a race, but you know what? He's racing against time.
Yeah.
yeah.
When he sees that like ramp, I'm like, every video game in the world has taught me that is a ramp.
Yes.
pretty much.
I've never done it in
Yeah.
real life, and I don't ever plan on doing it, but there's always that like, I could do it.
Yeah.
I won't
Yep.
get enough
That-
speed.
That car would not be drivable afterwards. Also, it would not make it that far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He launches like almost 100 yards. I feel
That's
like.
what I was
It's, like,
saying. Like,
not even possible.
it's like the gravity's
might
gonna
get
pull you down
10.
a lot faster.
Yeah.
Five Eleanors were created for this movie.
Dang.
Didn't
3 of them
destroy 'em
destroyed.
all.
One of them, Nicolas Cage gets.
Ah, there
And
you
then
go.
the other one of the producers gets.
Nice.
Nick will drive around in it.
I mean, yeah.
He joyrides in
cool.
it still.
That's awesome.
Jerry.
Hopefully, it's a legit like build like a kit or something for it.
Yeah. Jerry Bruckheimer, or whatever you say his last name, he's afraid to drive it. It's too fast or too powerful or
stop.
something.
Tim's like pish posh.
Or so he
Back
maybe
then,
he's,
I don't even think back then the GT 500s had 500 horsepower.
I was wondering.
Still, those aluminum boxes on wheels, like, yeah,
Yeah.
they were slightly heavy, but like, and yeah, they can be wiry, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I like fast cars.
Well,
It doesn't intimidate me. I don't know.
it might also be he just doesn't want to. If he's driving it, he doesn't want to take any chance because like you're not the only one on the road.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, well, and also, I mean, there's no electronics if you're used to, stability control and traction control, all that stuff, and you don't really care to understand how to drive a rear wheel drive high horsepower car. Yeah, you're probably gonna have, make a mess, but
You're gonna have a bad time.
you're gonna have a bad time. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, Johnny B also had a bad time. Look at that segue. They
He
like pulled
sure
his
did.
car apart at the
Oh my
diner or
gosh.
whatever, and then just blew it up. I was like, no wonder he's pissed at him. Like, Jesus.
I did like the scream of why are they shooting? Why are people shooting at us? Because
Yeah.
I blew up their car.
No big deal.
Their car. Oh,
Now
God, fucking
that really
Sphinx.
wasn't him. Yeah, that was Sphinx. It
Yeah.
was English.
It's a
Mhm.
great character.
Yeah. did
There
very
are a few other lines I have.
Nice. Go for it.
This is a very
Probably not
2000.
Sphinx.
No, I didn't save that last line.
His
No.
monologue.
This
Yeah.
movie is very 2000s-y.
Mhm.
It like
Yeah.
kicked off the era where it just has like they're kind of corny.
Yeah.
Like, but they work with the vibe of the film. So I'm not saying like
Mhm.
they're bad. I'm just saying like they're
Oh,
kind of cheesy.
I mean, there's plenty of rough areas in this movie, but that's part of what makes it great.
Yeah.
right.
There's plenty of stuff. If I look at it objectively, I'm like, oh man, that's a little.
That's a little
It
odd.
could be polished a little bit better, but
Yeah.
it's all good.
Two Rogers don't make a right.
Oh, I love that scene. Oh man, it's so good.
It means doing things I'll never. I said I'll never do
I'll never
again.
do
Oh
Again.
yeah.
It's just the
Jeez,
fact that he said
Paul.
things multiple times. I'm like,
Yeah,
you're losing the meaning of a word that is kind of ambiguous.
Well, and I think
right.
in that respect too, it was like the delivery of the line. Like you could
Yeah.
tell it was like really hardcore, and it was like
And he's saying the word things.
not necessary.
intense,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then Astricky, you need a role model.
Oh yeah.
Where the guy tries to steal his car and he just beats him down.
Yeah, he beats him up.
You need a role model.
You need a-
Yeah. Well,
God.
I had that one written down, and then he's like calling him and he's telling him like, oh no, like don't take the cars, the ladies are dirty or whatever.
Mhm.
And then he starts talking on the phone and he's like, my wife's having a baby. This isn't even
Baby.
my car. Like it was
Yeah.
just great.
My car over there.
I know.
It was so good.
Also, can we just talk
Fantastic.
about how the end scene with Eleanor, the amount of city damage that happened for one car,
Seriously.
Yes.
Yeah.
For one car.
for one car is ridiculous. Like, holy shit. Yeah, in the end, Memphis is just like, hey, yeah, have you checked this out? You should check out like
Right.
the storage container.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you might find Jared from Silicon Valley hanging out in one of the storage units.
Nice. I like that you brought that
Oh,
in.
man.
Sorry,
Classic episode.
Sam loves that episode of Silicon Valley
I do.
where Jared gets stuck in the fucking thing for days.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, what else? I mean, I feel like the music is pretty good. You know,
Yes.
like both
Yeah.
the score and
I didn't
the
notice it.
order.
It all just flows and fits right
Right.
with the film.
Yeah, it might have just fit, so I don't notice it, sort of deal.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Think there's a scene where the score really hits. It might be when he's like getting his jacket out and all of that, and you can actually hear
Well,
it, and it's like
Definitely
front.
anytime Eleanor's involved,
Yeah.
there's
She
that
has her own
score
song.
that goes.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's just
good. Yeah.
fantastic. Oh, there's something else I was gonna say. I can't remember what though.
So $200,000 was for 50 cars.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a good deal.
I was kind of thinking that too.
20 grand for each car. No, I mean 40 grand per car. In some of these
Or like classics, right?
like they're worth more than 40 grand.
Well, that's the street price, right? What you get for you do the work and then but he has to have a client to sell them, so he sells them for probably quadruple that.
Right. I'm saying they're getting a shit deal with 200,000. Also, with how many people there are in the end, I know it really wasn't about the money because like Memphis only brought their team back to save Kip.
Mm-hmm.
And they were really going to split 200K between 4 people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good money.
Yeah, but you're right. Like if you're doing it
50K each.
kind of regularly and you're getting those kinds of prices and you got a big crew, like, I mean, you just have to, I guess, get it volume wise, right? You're getting deals all the time.
Right. Sorry, I
Yeah.
did my math wrong. It's $4,000 a car.
Woo.
That's a shit deal. Like absolute garbage.
considering what some of them are, yeah.
Yeah,
Even
brand
in
new
2000, that's
Mercedes.
way low.
Brand new Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and he's got to turn around fast. He's only got like 4 days or whatever.
Yeah, we don't know how long they had
He
it
should
from
have
the
a-
beginning, but
What is it? Like
Probably a month.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think they had like a month or something.
still, like holy shit.
Yeah,
200
he should charge a fee for how fast he had to get those in.
And they were
Yeah.
gonna give 80,000 off
That was
for
hilarious.
one car, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm still sitting here. I'm like,
off.
Yeah.
200. I love how he says that.
I know.
And I'm
it's
sitting
a
here like-
delivery.
200.
these numbers aren't adding up.
He's just a little bit stressed out by the end.
Yeah.
He's like, but yeah, I mean, they probably were just like, whatever, we'll put shit numbers in the movie. Nobody's gonna math it out.
It was like,
I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's not that bad though, because like considering, yeah, they're the ones stealing them, but if you think about like they would still be, I don't know, lower on the totem pole because they wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for, the big time crook having buyers and able to set up import and export and stuff. To them, doesn't matter. I think they just
I
they
don't
see
know.
it as cash flow.
Should have been 500.
But yeah, you could, yeah, it makes more sense.
And then there was apparently a gang in another, I think it was either Amsterdam or London, known as the Gone in 60 Seconds gang, and they stole 39 cars in 2012.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and currently there's on Tim's favorite social media, a current car maker. I don't really want to say the name because I don't want to be part of it. But there's a current car maker that there's a challenge.
I know
you know about it?
Yeah, of course I know about it.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you later, Sam.
Okay.
But yeah, the car company's mailing people steering wheel locks.
You have to pay, yeah. And the fix for them is not even a recall. You have to pay for it. So that your car doesn't get stolen because it's very easy to steal.
Yeah, apparently they made
Crazy.
it too easy. It's not necessarily too easy to steal. It's just there's a simple way to steal it.
Exactly. Yeah. And then their only fix was, we'll pay this amount of money and we'll fix it for you. Otherwise,
Oh my
your car might get stolen.
god. What a
Yeah,
mess.
and the fix is if somebody really wanted to steal it still, they could because they could just saw through it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going back to the deal thing. You know what? I think it was all Kip's fault that he took it for 200,000 because
yeah.
Yeah.
he was shit at it, right?
Exactly.
Cage probably would have gotten 500.
I was
know, I
thinking
know.
that. I was like, if they hadn't bungled it the first time, right? Then like
Yeah.
he probably would have got the fair price. Maybe Kip got a fair price and fucked it up.
Yep.
That's just funny to bring up. It's just like I was like 200K split between like 8 people is not enough to steal 50
yeah.
cars.
And you think about like some of them that are on there, the Ferraris and stuff, and then even the GT500 back then was commanding a price, probably just as much as that Porsche or something. But
Yeah.
Maybe I don't really know.
I
on
mean,
those,
just
to
the
be honest with you.
three Mercedes
I'm not gonna
alone
look.
probably was what? Minimum 30 to 50 grand each? Brand new Mercedes?
Well, it depends on the model, I guess, but
Yeah.
probably roughly back then, maybe, yeah.
I know they had a Porsche 911.
Yeah,
That was literally the first car in the film.
right.
Sorry, I'm just
But
butthurt
those
about
can-
money.
You're very
Well, I
butthurt about
agree,
this.
apparently.
It's been like 5 or 10 minutes. Like a solid chunk of the episode is Adam pissed off at the deal.
You see where my mental capabilities lie.
Mm. Trying to look up 1967. Come on now. 145,000. GT350, 200,000. GT500 convertible, 200,000. This is all bring a trailer. GT500 that looks almost identical to Eleanor, 200,000. So
Yeah.
that's today's money. Oh gosh, that one's dirty.
Now Tim's trying to
Oh,
buy a car.
Yeah.
This is just a resto mod. Yeah, now I'm looking at cars on Bring a Trailer, and this is a resto modded one that looks beautiful, and it's just modern swapped with a modern Mustang engine. 300,000, 355,000. Anyway, I'm gonna close that.
Anyways, I really want to go back to the music because you both seemed pretty gung ho about it.
Yeah.
It was done by Trevor Martin. I think
Okay.
that's his name.
Vader, no.
He
Bite my screen.
Rude.
That's not gonna work. It's gonna hurt you, girl. But he's done movies like Armageddon, Con Air, Remember the Titans, Deep Blue Seas, Get Smart, The Guardian, National Treasure, Coach Carter, Bad Boys 2, Hot Rod. I don't know. That's
So
just
this
funny.
time
So this man
had a lot of work
was like
around this time.
Kangaroo fucking Jack,
Ah, what a classic.
G-Force.
This guy likes Nick Cage.
I think he and Nick Cage work a lot together.
Yeah.
Sam really wanted to pick G-Force, by the way.
Yeah. There's
Alright.
just too many
She-
Nick Cage movies to go around. We might have to do Dog
know.
Days of Cage again next year. Who knows?
No.
He doesn't have enough
He
time in
doesn't-
his
he doesn't-
schedule
he's
for
too
us.
busy.
Yeah, he can't pencil us in that much.
Yeah, no.
He's already multitasking because he's barely in the episode this week.
Oh gosh.
I know that's not true.
He's playing mind games. Dude.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I mean, the only other note I had was just around like there. Yeah, it's cheesy, but there's some solid comic relief, like the dog eating the keys,
Mhm.
and then when they're trying to steal it from the police station, and he makes the Barbie do like the
Yeah.
brick house dance.
Brick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and even just like the snake, like there was just a lot
Yes,
going
the
on. Like
snake
there's
is,
good
like-
shit.
It's just all around. It's quirky and it's great, but
It's a fun time.
Now, do you think Nicolas Cage did his own driving? Most of his own driving, let's say that.
I was
not
gonna
all
say
of
there's
it.
no way he did the jump because part of that was like CGI,
Yeah.
and then the landing would definitely have been a driver. There's no way they would let him do that, especially because that vehicle is no longer drivable. But yeah, I think he did some of the driving.
I think so too because
He
of the way it
did.
was cut. Like
Yeah.
it would like cut with him like hitting the pedal and they'd cut the
Mhm.
scene. So like he could have easily just like barely driven and it would have worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is also. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just going to say he went to school for it. Like, he went to a specific driving school for
Oh
this.
shit! Here I'm
That's
like
cool.
he drove for like 5 minutes. No, he actually drove
Right.
for a decent
Yeah,
amount.
he did a lot of it.
Because
Well, that's
I was gonna say on top of that, I mean, it's something that seemed more accurate to like actual driving, manual and stuff like that. And actually, was his man? Well, regardless,
His was definitely.
It wasn't.
Eleanor
it
was a
wasn't overkill
manual.
with like the shifting. Exact. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. It wasn't overkill with the shifts and stuff. It wasn't like shift, and you're like in 10th gear.
Yeah.
Like
Then we also saw him drive through where Danny Zuko,
Yes.
Grease Lightning.
Yeah.
yes.
Which is funny because I feel like that, and maybe we said this during Grease, but like that was much, like that happened a lot in movies, like in early days where they'd like hop down into what, like, is it the sewer?
It's
like
a-
whatever
it's a
spot
water
that
runoff.
is.
Mhm.
And they'd do like races and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that kind of goes, they don't really do that anymore. It's not a thing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
in. You do it and drive.
okay. Nicholas, any ideas why?
I don't remember.
All right.
Fair.
Fair enough. I don't remember either. The critics gave it a 25%.
Ooh.
Audience a 77%.
That's right.
IMDb with a 6.5 out of 10, and Google with an 80%.
Yeah.
Well, Adam, you had not seen this movie. What did you
had not seen
think?
it.
I liked it. It brings me back to the days of 2000s. It's like, for me, it's definitely like a popcorn flick. Like it's a
Yes.
fun movie. It is a fun movie. If I'm going in and I need to go on like an emotional adventure, I put on like Interstellar. If I just want to sit
Yes.
down and relax, and just be like, this is ridiculous, but it's still fun, you put on Gone in 60 Seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm flipping it on.
Nice.
However, I'm still putting Renfield above it because I think I will rewatch Renfield more than I will watch Gone in 60 Seconds.
Gotcha.
So that is my reasoning in my order currently.
Nice.
Tim? Well, no, wait. We'll save Tim for last.
Okay.
Because I already know everything and he doesn't even need to say anything.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll go second then. Not like there's another host, you know what I mean? But
Well, yeah, Nick's, remember, he's seen all his movie and he treats them all as his children. So there are no favorites with his kids except he has a top 5.
Yeah, and we know this didn't make it. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, I remember liking it as a kid. I remember liking the music, and then like it was funny to rewatch it because, like I said, I was having like flashbacks, like, oh yeah, like I can still recite parts of this movie, and so I thought it was just as fun as it was back then. Definitely rough around the edges, like you said, Tim. In some parts, you're like, oh, all right, but it was still good. I liked it a lot. I'd flip it on a lot. Still, if I had cable and it was running on cable as much as it used to, I'd still be stopping for it. And so it dethrones Renfield for me. It's in number 1 spot.
Nice.
Yeah. Tim?
Yeah.
all right, thanks, Tim. That was a great answer.
I was like that back in the day with if it was on, I was watching
did.
it. Like there's no
Yeah.
doubt. Like,
I probably
if
have
that movie was
seen-
on. I was
I've
watching
probably seen part of the movie at your house.
it. Most likely. There's no way you had. Yeah, I mean this one still lots of love for this movie. Still one of my favorites of all time. Just I don't know. I mean I'm a car guy too, so part of that kicks in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I'm gonna put it above Renfield. I mean, I think Renfield's a great film. I am definitely gonna watch Renfield multiple times. But not more times than I'm gonna watch Bond season 7 to my life.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I'm like,
Yeah.
that's how I'm kind of thinking with this order that we're doing.
Right.
Is
yeah.
like,
what would you watch more essentially?
yeah, and
Yeah.
in theory, anything you flip off should
Or
be at
what's
the bottom.
repeatable?
Yeah.
Anything flipping off should be at the bottom, right? In theory.
Yeah.
Because why would I keep flipping on something I would flip off?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's why I was saying, like, when we had rolled this movie, I was like, all right, it's gonna take probably till like the 4th movie till we start to kind of split apart because I
Yeah.
knew me and Tim would probably have the same
Right.
answer, which does not happen often. But hey,
But no.
That is an interesting one. Yeah. While I didn't flip it off, I would say the least common combination is me flipping something off and you both flipping it on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Out of
Yeah.
all of our movies in
Yeah, probably.
nearly 200 episodes.
We're so old.
I know. All right. So next week, we've got 8 more movies on this list and then the meta movie to finish it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in the-
P.S. I flip it on. I didn't say that. I just wanted to make it clear. I flip it on.
Oh, okay.
It was assumed since you put it above Renfield and you flipped that
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh if we get another one of Tim's movies and he just like blasts through his movies to
Well,
start.
yeah,
That'd
'cause,
be
like,
funny.
Tim has to intro his movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of them I haven't seen, so.
There you go.
Oh.
All right, so we're keeping with the theme of I'm pretty sure you watch these movies for fun
Okay.
because we got Prisoners of the Ghostland.
Oh yeah, that one looks good.
All right.
yeah,
Yeah, I
so-
haven't seen that one, so.
Have you seen a trailer for it?
Uh-uh.
Looks fucking wild.
When was it out?
2018.
Okay. I didn't think it was like super old or anything.
Nah,
Well,
5 years is
5
like
years
last
ago.
week.
right,
Yeah,
exactly.
seriously.
It's like, yeah. Didn't it just come out?
I just
Yeah,
think
5 years
that
ago.
like in the last 5 years, so much content has come out that it's hard to remember what came out when.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Pretty excited about that one.
If you like this episode, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at FlipperFlix. I guess we don't have to say it anymore, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm old. Follow along, see what we're doing. Interact if you'd like to.
Yeah, hit us up there. I don't know. You can also give us recommendations on other of those sites, or you can go to our website at www.flipperflix.com. Yeah, we do a couple recommendations each season, so we just love we're trying to pander right now. We're trying to get you to come to our website, give us some clicks, and recommend us a movie because, we're going to have to pick those eventually, and more the merrier, right?
Yeah.
You can also, speaking of pandering, you can also rate and review us on Apple, Spotify now. Oh, we also do polls there occasionally, so that's always fun.
Answer Adam's questions.
Answer all of my questions, God damn it.
And if you're wondering, when can I catch these fools? You can catch us at 1 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays. We're on Spotify, as Adam mentions, where he does his polls. We're on Apple, Google, Amazon. I believe you can subscribe on the various platforms, and that way you'll get like a push notification, or it'll come right into your queue, so that way you don't ever have to look at the clock on Thursday. It'll just be there for you. Kitty!
Can you read that? Bye later.